One of the best things about watching movies is the amount of unique experiences you get watching specific films. The experience could range from extreme hatred towards a film, to thinking a film's so bad it's good, to having a once-in-a-lifetime experience, to having a dull and boring experience. The experiences have no limits. But to me, one of the best experiences you could have is simply laid back and overall fun experience. Because to me, it's probably the most satisfying experience, and to me, no film fits this example better than the 1969 film, The Italian Job. Everything I just said perfectly explains why I think makes The Italian Job so timeless and fun. I might be overstretching this intro a bit, so I'll finally start talking about why The Italian Job is so incredibly fun. Literally from the beginning of this movie, you have no idea how much fun you're in for. With the opening showing a Lamborghini driving through what I assume is the Alps, with peaceful music in the background, you'd immediately assume that this movie is going to be slow-paced and peaceful. Wrong, because out of nowhere that Lamborghini is suddenly set alight after crashing into a bulldozer and is then thrown off the side of a mountain. And if it doesn't get any more crazy than that, the men behind this then throw off a wreath out of respect. Not only does this subvert expectations, it's also bizarre and hilarious for the first viewing. I was going to put these into individual segments, but I'm not 100% sure that I'll have enough to say for each segment, and the fact that these two actually work together for a segment. Firstly, the soundtrack. Self-Preservation Society is such a joyful song that you can't help but smile at, along with a soothing and captivating score by none other than Quincy Jones. Secondly, the editing. There are a few moments in the film where the editing is overused, but at the same time, it's absolute comedy. Like the blast door scene where the editing is cracked up to 100.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off!
I'm not going to say without Michael Caine this movie would be nothing, but I am going to say without Michael Caine this movie wouldn't be nearly as memorable and popular. Could you imagine an actor like, who was a popular British actor at this time? Roger Moore. Could you imagine Roger saying, "You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off," or screaming at drivers loading minis with gold? No, you couldn't. Michael Caine just over-delivers these lines way over the top, and because of that, they're iconic and quotable to this day. For a film called The Italian Job, you'd expect the actual job to be well explained and thought out. Well, believe it or not, it is. All the details leading up to the heist are shown perfectly to us one by one. Even when there's comedic moments, it doesn't stop to tell the joke, it just continues with the story. With everyone in the setup being assigned a specific job, the route being explained clearly, and showing the drivers working and testing the minis, it eagerly teases us of how the job will go down, and luckily, the job is even better than it's explained to us.
There's no plane!
If someone were to say to me, "Benji, what movie has the best car chase?" And to that question I have two answers, The Blues Brothers and this. I hope that briefly explains how much I loved this scene. It has a narrow tunnel, a crazy building to building jump, driving up a large building to lose a police car, driving across a river, nearly disrupting a wedding. What hasn't this scene got? Even the end of the heist where the cars are being loaded onto the bus leaves you on the edge of your seat. From start to finish, there is no point your attention is diverted. There is no point where you're bored. This is simply the definition of fun, which is why I absolutely adore it. Just like the opening, the ending subverts your expectations. When you think that the heist couldn't have gone better, heck, they even get rid of the minis by throwing them off the Alps. In style. The driver then loses control and the bus is left dangling over the cliff. What makes this both well made and hilarious is how the music just cuts off as soon as you can visibly see that the driver has lost control of the vehicle. Seeing the group try and retrieve a lump of gold is absolutely laughable, when you consider that they can just get off the bus safely, but at the same time it's so nerve-wracking. And once Michael Caine makes the bus slightly tip, well, it's terrifying. And then the movie ends. You'd think I hate this ending, but it's the opposite. I really like it. To me, it's a bit like Inception's ending, which allows the audience to decide one of two endings. So in this case, we decide whether the group managed to save the bus and the gold from going over the cliff, or whether they all perished along with the gold. Even though most of this movie is just pure joy, there are some unironically good stuff, like how the cinematography is stunning for 1969, and the script is very well written. But they aren't really the things I think about when someone mentions this film. And if anyone is wondering, no, I haven't seen the 2003 remake, but I actually really want to, and if I have stuff to say on that, I'll probably make a follow-up video. Now the final thing I want to say is that this channel has now got 100 subscribers, and all I can say is thank you, and it genuinely means a lot.
Nobody cares, Benji.